So basically today's webinar is going to be just a little messy. We're just going to look at trades, and you guys are free to suggest some trades too. If you guys have taken any trades using my strategy, good trades, bad trades, whatever, just feel free to mention them and we'll check them out. We'll have a look at a bit of the trades, and I'll kind of explain why it worked out, why it failed, and I'm going to show you guys the whole concept behind entering the trade. Now, it's kind of hard to cover all of that in one webinar. It just is, I can't do it. So we're also going to be talking about this in the blog, and I'm going to make a post in the blog. When I post this video on my blog, I'm going to make a post explaining just the basic ideas of how I enter trade. So we're going to start with AUD/USD, I think, because this was a trade I took this week. I gave you guys this example in the first webinar in this series. So I wanna do this. I want to show you guys this one in a little more detail. Probably also this one. I'll explain the entries and the stop losses and all that stuff. Is it dangerous to trade? You failed on the USD. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, it turns around quite fast. I think something clearly happened around about. We were talking about this in the advanced course. What happened here and why these trades kind of failed all of a sudden. Something clearly happened that turned all this stuff around. I don't really know why it turned around, but yeah, it was clear that something happened that turned everything around, unfortunately. So, it happens. But we'll check out this trade. We're going to start with AUD/USD though. Okay, we'll start with this one. Alright, so if you guys were here for the first few days, and if you weren't, there's going to be recording put up on the blog. But if you guys were here for the first 2 days, you'll remember the basics of my strategy. Preceding trend, so that's the trend that comes before the indecision. Indecision forming on top of an area of support, and you know what an area of support is because we went through this yesterday. A support area is just an area full of buyers. So an area like this where buyers are concentrated. So when a preceding trend heads into an area of support and we get a candle like this, indecision, that indicates that we went from a sell trend, we went from a trend controlled by sellers, a bearish trend, into a period where buyers and sellers are struggling. That's why we have the long lower wick, that's why we have the small body, small upper wick. And then what comes next? What comes next is the reversal trend. This is a reversal trend here. Now the reversal trend is where I make my pips. That's where I make the money. But it's not as simple as just entering whenever you see one of these candles. You can't do that because that's just not how it works. You have to actually think about where you're entering. And the most important thing is something I mentioned in the first webinar. It's a question that you have to ask yourself. Does anyone remember that question? Yep, that's right. For everyone watching the recording, you can't see the chat. People saying who's in control. So that's the question you have to ask yourself.